So, Perek Zayin. Shmiras haLashon Shar HaTorah Perek Zayin. Oyevuar Goydel Schar HaMachzit Bonov, the Talmud. We were talking about generally upholding, supporting Torah. Now he's talking specifically the tremendous schar there is for someone who machzik his children that they should learn Torah. Ulahefach, on the flip side, Goydel Anshay Chas V'Shalom. The terrible onesh there is someone who doesn't. He says many people are lax. They're stopping to learn Torah. They don't give any thought. They don't think about the tremendous punishment that there will be. Says in the Medrash Mishlei Parsha Yud, Omer Rabbi Yishmael, Boy Urei, Kama Kosher Yom Hadid. Rabbi Yishmael says, come, look and see how difficult that Yom Hadin is going to be. Shasa Kashbachu Lodin is Kaloim Kulai Yuchulo. That Kashbachu is going to judge the whole world. Someone comes and he learns Chumash, but he didn't learn Mishnah. Kadosh Baruch Hu Haifach his Panarim, Hashem turns his face away from him. Umitzeri Gehenim Zgabrim, and the pains of Gehenim get stronger by him. They say they take him. Wow. They take him and they throw you into Gehenim. Someone who comes and he learned two starim, 3 starim. Kashbacha says, my son, kol ha'alochis so why don't you learn all the halachis? As the Medrash builds it up. So someone comes who, in fact, learned halacha also. Why didn't you learn the Midrashim? Someone comes and he did learn Teres Kohanim. Not sure what that means. You would think that was the crew at the beginning. You have all these important parshas. Haggadah part of Torah. What about Gemara? He says to my son, being that you were Isaac in Gemara, did you also learn about the Merkava? He said, he said, covered standing. Okay, in other words, he's just quoting this medrash in short. So you see that a person's held responsible. I guess each person on his ability, because we know it's not objective, it's a subjective din, depending on who you are and what you could have done. But there is that bar, there is that expectations that the person's meant to learn as much as he can. And Ubiyaisim is that. Shigam es b'neim eina machzikim l'Torah. Says the Chafetz Chaim, right? This is really the continuation of the beginning of the last paragraph, right? He said, unfortunately, there are people who don't learn Torah, and he brought this medrash to emphasize the need and the obligation to learn Torah. He says, but more than that, they're not machzik their children. They don't raise their children to learn Torah. They don't send them to the cheder. They leave him there until he knows a little chumash. Also be a menu. Says, whoa, that this is what happened in our times. It's known. He says, it's known, the psak, Yeridea. The hechad efshaloi la'ov, mitzvah la'ov l'namdai b'sochar. That's paskin, and what's the obligation of a father? There's a chiv of a father to teach his son Torah. That if the father has the ability, he has a mitzvah to teach him by paying. He has to hire a rebbe, actually, until the son knows Mishnah, Gemara, Halachos, and Agados. responsibility of the father. The Adar II is Terutzam Sherbo, says Chaim, and I know their excuse. There's an answer. The Chikuhu Shaita, that they don't have the ability. Things are rough today. He says, but if the person would make honest, they'll know that it's just the Yitzhahara who's fooling them, causing them to make mistakes. Because when it comes to other things, necessities of the son, the physical necessities of the son. There, they are there for the son. They do whatever they can for their children. They even do beyond their ability. And sometimes a parent will put himself into danger for his son. What does that mean? To do things against the law. And in his heart, he's feeling really good. I know, Shalom Yeli, I'll be okay. Can you also be the finest because I'm doing this so I could be my finest my house. I could give them what they need. But when it comes to teach the son Torah, so he should know how to serve Hashem. For who? Maybe Bazel Ben. That's what Chaim Haba, and by doing that, he's going to bring his son self-titled Haba. It's a quote from Chazal soon. And then he says, I can't do it. I said, be dafka. And when it's in me, suddenly you can't do it. The Medrash says here, Koyoyma Tori lo loe tzale v'loe. Koyom osik bavados emena oyev. Shemispal oyev. The whole day you're at work, you're not tired. But when you have to daven, suddenly you're tired. Okay, so this is Rav Asher Rubinstein's. I used to always talk about that. That when you get upstairs, there's going to be two videos they're going to show. You're going to show a video of your life and a video of what you could have done. Right? So this is very similar. In other words, you say you can't do it, so how come when it comes to the physical world, suddenly you have all the koyach and you have all the strength and you're not tired and you could put yourself beyond what you think you could do? Comes to the Torah part of it, to the Avodas Hashem, suddenly you're tired, you don't have the means, and they contrast. They contrast. How did you do here? You're claiming you can't do it, so how about here? And that's the biggest teichocha, right? Because it's in your face. On top of that, Chazal tell us, right? The Gemara teaches us that the expenses of sending your son to learn are not in the cheshbon. That was said before Rosh Hashanah, as the Gemara in Beis says, with the exclusion all your years expenditures, your years parnasa is all set between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Besides, what's outside of the cheshbon is the expenses of Shabbos and the expenses of teaching, of sending your son to learn Torah. That if you spend less, so you get less from Moisif, but if you did more, Moisif and light. Lech Norei, Mashamu Chazal says, Sam, take a look at the Gemara in Kedushin. If you teach your grandson Torah, Torah views it as if you received the Torah directly from Har Sinai. The day that you stood. And it's a schus for Arichas Yomim who vana for you and your children. K'may d'chsiv v'limaditem oisam es b'neichem v'samachlei. And then the next pasuk, the two says the man yirbu yimeichem v'imnei v'neichem. have a long life. Gamay de limud Torah shaben zerchel inosim gehenim. And through your son learning Torah, you merit to be saved. You merit to be saved from Gehenna. Kedisa b'tana debeli yo zuta. Perakid beis amei oretz shehiku v'hishnos b'nei l'Torah. Amei oretz that they taught, they paid someone, I guess, to teach their children. Chumash, Mishnah, b'nei machsin l'saviyim me'isa busha v'cherpa. So their children save their parents from that embarrassment. U'me'isa kalima u'medina shel Gehinnom. They save them because they're an extension of them, and they taught their children Torah, so they get for that. Okay, okay. Continue Sunday business. Oh, Sunday night is Megillah by us, right?